He's a cowboy, he's down on his luck. His pockets are near empty, he's sleeping in his truck. The rodeo next Friday, his bills are past due. How we pay for entries, he ain't got a clue. He's a cowboy, it's his turn to ride. He prays for 8 seconds when they shout outside. His future is uncertain, his past he can't forget. He's just a hard luck cowboy, life hasn't broken yet.
Welcome back to True Horsemanship. We're here at Hutchinson Stables. This farm call. Lisa called me, who owns, her husband Jim owns the black horse, and Lisa's horse is a Palomino we'll be working on later. But this horse is herd bound. So what I'm doing, I'm going to set this up. You can't not get no real than what we're doing. Her buddy's out there in the herd somewhere. We're out here. We're not in the round pen. We're not in the arena, because I need to dress this out here. And you'll see me getting pretty clear with her. And I did move her hip just for a couple minutes, not even that long, each side, because that's what I'm going to do. Like I say, move that hip. So I'm going to just walk off here, and I want to try to get her anxiety level up a little bit so I can correct her. And what I'll do, I'll go more likely right that hip. But you see my little do-it stick here, my buggy whip. And the first thing, before I even walk off, before I even go out there, first thing, I want to make sure she'll back out my space, because when I start getting out there, she's going to want to crowd me a little bit. And you're not going to see me trying to hold her here, because that's just going to, horses are claustrophobic. And so if I try to grab hold of that halter, she's just going to go up higher where I want. So this is basic exercise for you people who's got a horse like her. There's not a whole lot of work, but you got to talk loud and clear to her, to them. And I got a feeling she's not going to do anything for me. I mean, because number one is how I approached her from the get-go. First thing I did was to move that hip. So we're going to try to. So I'm just going to walk. So you're going to have to zoom in on her, because I'm going to walk as far as I can. Well, just give me a chance first and see what happens. So we're just going to walk out here. Now on the way there, I'm going to make some stops. There. In other words, I'm not just going to walk out there. I'm going to stop and make her back up for right now. And I'm hitting that ground as hard as I have to get a reaction. And at first, with some horses, I don't care if it's a reaction that way, to the side, anything, as long as it's not coming forward. So as we're walking out here, instead of waiting till I get out there, I'm going to go over here to this hip. and just ask her to move that hip. Now right there you saw me bring up my whip because she got a tag sticky on me. Good girl. And also right now, yes, I'm trying to get her to move that hip, but I want her flex while I'm doing it. I want her that neck bent. So we're just going to keep going. Wait for Cindy to get up here. Very good. You know, you see so many guys, people, shouldn't say guys, but people do things in the round pen and arena. Right there, she got too far ahead of me. I got after her a little bit more because I had to bring that mind back to me. I'm not going to wait till I get there for bring her mind to me. I had to get after her a little bit because I could feel, of course I've got a little bit more years than most people. I don't have, when I'm leading the horse, I do not have to look at that horse to figure out what's going on. This lead line, what tells me. I can feel the tension through her body. That's why I got after her a little bit. You know, safety's always first. And I like to work on my horses so that don't want to depend on that halter. You know, I want them fixed on me. So if I just stop my foot, then that was nice. She backs up out of my space. Yeah, I can make game out of this. Then we just move that hip. There we go. All right, there. She softened up just a little bit right there, so that's when I walked out. Some people say, well, look at him, he's being rough on that horse. I'm not being rough on this horse. I'm not being no more than what another horse, one of these other horses out in the herd would be. Actually, I'm being gentle. And right now, she's overreacting, which is, I'm thinking, well, right now that's a good thing. She'll relax here in a little bit. But she's telling me I'm getting my point across to move that hip. And you'll see me stick the edge of my handle up here in her nose like that to keep her from coming in on me. There. Right there. See, she relaxed. She started lowering that head. So now we're going to walk off. People ask me, how long does it take? It takes as long as it takes. There, that's what I'm looking for. Now that was nice. We stopped, she backed up. Now, I've said this in the past, you know, you see other people's do-it stick, they're hard, half-inch fiberglass. Really think about that. If you had to get at that mirror with that, you're liable to do damage to the cannonbone or whatever. With these, you know, not going to do any damage. Might sting a little bit, but I don't have to worry about hurting the horse. There we go, good. So that's why I want to just slowly get closer. That's fine. Now right there. That's what we want. But see, I started working her way back there. So I got some kind of tools. So what I do, I go to this hip. There we go, good girl. One, two. Right there, you heard me say 1, 2. Actually, the same as please, pretty please, with sugar on it. There we go. Now we're going to walk away. And then we'll take her back. So what I'm doing, I'm taking her by her buddy here. That's why I'm moving that hip. There, that's better. I want her bent. Now you saw that one time, she got close to me, so I smacked her in front of the shoulder between that to say, hey, stay on my place. But instead of pushing her or using the rope, I don't know if the camera picked up or if y'all noticed it, there was one point right there, she started coming into me, but she backed off of it. So in a situation like this, you really got to get in there and make a point. Now we're going to walk away. There you go. Good girl. Right now she don't want me to get on this side because she's thinking about other things right now. There, that was better. That's what her buddy decided to leave. So what I'm going to do, no. I'm going to allow her to make a mistake, basically. Now, every time her buddy comes in, he saw me shorten my line and move that hip. Get over here. There, that's better. Now, I got to walk away from this way, because if I walk towards him, there. Now, Jimmy saw when I try to get on her other side, if I don't use the whip, it's like a martial arts move. I reach under here, just like that, and then get up here and keep this hand up high so she can see me. And I can bump that jaw like that if I have to. Alright, get a shot of that. I want a shot of that. You know, we talk about our tools of the trade, our whips, our dual sticks. Here's a good example. We're not doing no more than what horsey language is. I didn't get Cindy to give it a shot over there quick enough. But that Palomino came in here. They had a little hind end discussion. What I didn't like was see the shoes on the back end of that Palomino on a herd like this. You know, a herd like this, I recommend don't have shoes on the back end of the horses because it can really damage the horse. So they sit over here squealing and kicking at each other, and they're using horsey language. We all who has horses, we've seen it. So I hear crap about my plastic bag on the end of the stick, and my true thought is, people give me a break. Y'all don't know squat. So we just walk away. Now what? There, good. There was scratch. Now you see how that time she let me get to that side? So we're going to go back and let her just stand here by herself again. In other words, I don't want her to feel like I'm micromanaging. I don't want her to eat. I'm not going to let her eat either. But I want her to know she can stand here and nothing's going on. Now if I walk away, you know, people say I don't have a round pen, I don't have arena. You don't need it. Like right now, if I walk off, she'll come to me. There, that was better. But other than that time, when my feet stopped, her feet didn't stop. They kept coming to me. And it's like, that's unacceptable. My feet stopped. So I just pull her in a little bit. Yeah, that's good. But all this, Jim, you can do out here. You know, you don't have to think I gotta catch her. But you gotta be fair to her. You know, there's that fine line. As a matter of fact, if you really have to get her feet done a lot, I want to run for a little bit. As Jim said, he had a hard time catching her this morning. It's fine. Work her out here. But when she gets the rest, it's in there. What I like about her is you can tell she hasn't been trained for the show ring because she's really flexible in that net. Where you found out your palomino over there isn't. Good girl, that's better. And you always got to remember, like right there, I asked her to reverse. Every time you see me reversing her, I'm going right behind that jaw, because that's her steering wheel. Good girl. Gotta get in front of that shoulder. So right there, I raised my whip up high to block, get in front of that eye so I can get in front of that shoulder. Now at some point, I'll bring her in. And we go back to that hip. Good girl. And people that have trouble reversing them, you know, that's a good way to reverse them also. Let's say I want to turn her the other way. I'll just bring her down, bring her down, bring her down. She moves that hip, certain point, I step over. And ask her to move forward. I want to reverse her. I'll just walk to that hip, get her on the bend, and just swap my rope, get over here. And the average person, that's the easiest way to do it. Because they don't have to worry about, you know, blocking that eye just right and stepping in front of that shoulder just right. I mean, it's real easy. Talking loud and clear to her. That's better. Good girl. I would come in neutral. And like I said in the past, that's the only time you'll see me jerk on a horse. When I come in neutral, I expect they're not allowed to walk past here. So I'll give them a chance. Good girl. That was nice. So I'm going to go in neutral. Now, if her shoulder went past my shoulder, that's when I give one heart. One. And then I give her, you know, spin her again, then we'll come back to neutral. I'll give her another chance. I just don't say jerk, 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 jerk. Because I found, if I say her jerking on him, sorry girl, when I come going in neutral, she's just going to get worked up. So if I give one hard jerk, and like her, she picked it up real quick. And then she stops on that hard jerk, then, or if she doesn't stop, we're going to make believe I just jerked and she didn't stop. So I'll go back, let her move her feet, go back to neutral. And I know that next jerk, so I have to be a little bit harder. There, that's what we're looking for. Now, see her feet's not moving. She's getting squared. She doesn't care about that palomino. She's not trying to eat. And see, I haven't invited her in just because I picked up this line. You know, my whole body is telling her, you know, to stay there. But now if I sort of pick up the line, good, good. Okay, back up. And that's for y'all. It's going to be interesting editing this. For y'all out there, like right now in this situation, I got my buggy whip. I want her back out my space, so I'm just going to start here. Right there, she moved. I don't care. She didn't back up, no, but she got out of my way. So that's something where you work at. Oops, right. She accidentally hit herself. That's the way I look at it. There we go. But the key thing, like I said, every time, if you got to use this, make sure you pet on them. Because all this is ever is your extension of your arm. That's it. There. And that's from that, one time I talked loud and clear to her. She ran into it.
Yeah, here's no. I just take something in the face.
That's pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of things about this mare I like. Number one, for her being a walking horse and knowing how most of them are trained, she's really flexible. And plus, you can tell she's pretty smooth. And at least he's been here for about 6 weeks. And that transition time is over with as far as I'm concerned. And personally, as far as I'm concerned, first few minutes you get your horse out of the new barn, expect some things. But if I correct a horse, I expect them to listen. You know, I don't go for, well, she's in a new place. Well, when this horse is in halter, that doesn't work. But no, it won't take long where she's like this all the time. I mean, because I can walk her away from, am I going to touch that? See, I have not touched that halter.
It's been a struggle. I mean, you've had to.
Because even with her buddies here, because that first part when she's, and the thing is,
you have a movie story.
yeah, I know.
I'll tell you that story.
You know, when she first saw him, when we got closer, but I corrected right then. I didn't go, keep going at it. I corrected, it's like, hey, move that dang hip. And that's the whole thing. In other words, I'm taking lead of the herd, just like that. Palomino did to that dark bay. He came in here and said, hey, you're getting too close. And he eventually took them all the way down to the corner. And if you watch the position of that Palomino in that dark bay, he's got that dark bay in the corner. He's not being mean about it, but he's staying over here saying, hey, you can eat over there, but all this is mine. That's what he's telling us. So me, well, I'm told her, so you can want them, but you're mine. I mean, I'm your herd right now. So this was pretty cut and dry to me, but I think Jim, just do what I, and you got it on tape, so you go back and review it. Just do what I said and everything should be fine. So, with that said, be true to the horse, he'll be true to you. Last two videos I went on Rampage, so this time I'm not. So, and also be true to yourself. To my kids, grandkids, special person out there, watch that leg. Kidney, God bless, take care.